So for some of you, you believe in destiny, and others you don't. And for many people, when they reach those little transition points in their careers, when they're wondering, what am I going to do next? They often look deep inside and say, well, what's this all about? For some of you, that's easy to do, and for some of you, it's hard. And what I'm going to answer in this video is, if you're keen to do it, how you might go about finding it, your purpose, and what it might mean for your career. Talk to you in a minute. So in this conversation I was talking to someone about purpose and trying to demystify it. Because I think it's one of those things that everyone writes about, and find your purpose, and you know, it's almost written on those calendars, you know, the ones with the big picture of the mountain, and you've got to kind of head towards it. And I was trying to say, you know what, there's actually 3 ways that people come across this. By far the most common way, and I reckon it's at least 60% of people find it experientially, which kind of means that they do stuff in their career, they do have different jobs, and they kind of work out over time the things that work and the things that don't. But over time, they get closer towards having a career trajectory that's more purposeful. Some don't. Some kind of head that way as well, right? But for those that are interested in it, they head that way. The other person is the person who doesn't ever think about their purpose and just cruises along in their life, and then something happens. There's a catalyst, and it's either personal or professional, and they take a completely different direction in their life or their work. And the other person is eternal, which is they actually are born knowing. And so their life is actually just a way of manifesting that thing that they know they're born to do. And the interesting thing is, people say to me, well, how do you know there's dudes like that actually exist? And the reason is because I'm one of them, right? And I reckon this one's probably about 30%, and this one's probably about 10%. Just talking to people. So what I'm talking about here is working with these people here. Because that's most people that say to me, well, how do I actually work out which things are more in line with my purpose and those that aren't? And there's 3 areas you want to look at, right? The first area is actually the physical feedback you get. So this is really a feedback model, because what you're looking for is, when you're doing something in your work, does it actually give you energy? So for most people, what they report when they're doing things that are on purpose is they could do them all day, every day. And yeah, every now and again they need a rest, but most days they could get up and they've got energy for these purposeful activities. The second one here is the meaning, or I guess it's the more spiritual element of work, which is, to what extent do you identify with the why you do what you do? If you can think every day that you've got this really clear why about what you do, and it actually feels really clear, it gets you up and out of bed every day, you're more on purpose. So the third element is the emotional element. And what I mean by this is, does it feel right? You know, and most people, when they feel like they're working on purpose, it's because they feel great when they're doing it, and it gives them a really clear sense of why, and it gives them energy. So just to sort of summarize what we talked about, is that finding purpose for many people is just an experience of life. It's trying to find those activities and those pieces of work that feel right for them. What are you looking for in terms of feedback? Does it give you energy? Does it have a real sense of why it's important to you? And does it feel right when you're doing it? And if you can craft a career where you're doing more of those things than less, that's the basis of having a heap of fun and enjoying what you're doing and feeling like it's making a difference. If you want to talk about your career, you know where to come. Enjoy this, and talk to you next time on The Reason on the Road. I'm having a it sounds like the life of Brian, doesn't it? I'm having an epiphany. PH.